Mouth Clipper, hi friends, and we're back. We're going to talk about the 7th episode of The Acolyte called Choice. This might be one of my least favorites so far, tied with probably episode 3 maybe. I'd probably give this one a 6 out of 10. And here's why. I mean, the episode's alright, but I'm kind of confused. Because I thought that the way that they hyped up this show was not only was that it was a mystery thriller, which the Sith Lord threat was obvious, and it was obvious that the Jedi kind of did something, but it was also supposed to be kind of like a deconstruction of the Jedi and showing them like slowly starting to lose their way to transition from like the golden age of the Jedi and the High Republic era to the prequel era Jedi that we see. And the way that this episode was written, at least to me, doesn't really incriminate the Jedi much. Yeah, there's mistakes made, but it doesn't really, like, this whole show is making them seem like they did something bad. And that's why it was point blank obvious that, like, okay, yeah, they attacked the witches or something and they killed the witches. But when you look at how this episode portrayed it, not really, like, they had noble intentions. They were there to save the girls. Maybe they shouldn't have gone in, but that wouldn't be doing the right thing because they're just leaving these girls to suffer. And then I don't know what the witches were doing. I don't know what was going on with that, but like May came out. So obviously, like, Mother Coral was the Zabrak witch. She was kind of doing something wrong, and she was like pretty much incentivizing. She was pretty much inciting May to go start the fire, which I still don't know what that explosion was from. To me, when I saw the explosion after the fire, I'm like, okay, clearly something, the Jedi had an attack or something, but no, it just seems like, okay, May started a fire and it literally spread throughout the whole building. So I'm a little confused on that one. But like, yeah, so May comes out screaming for help, but she's like, Mama, and then Coral and King Tom and Jedi start to like attack each other, and then Anastasia just like turns into like mist, and I'm kind of confused what that was supposed to be. And then Soul like freaks out and he doesn't know what's going on, and he stabs Anastasia, and then Anastasia's like, I was gonna let Osha go with you, and then she dies, and Soul feels like poop, like, I'm sorry, he feels awful about what he just did. It was a mistake. He had no idea what was going on. It was self-defense. And then Mother Coral and the rest of the witches like turn the Wookiee Jedi against them, and they fight the Wookiee Jedi, which the fight was okay. And then Trinity Jedi shows up, and she reverses the Force magic to like not only free Kilnaka from the witch's possession, but then to like kill them? So I'm a little confused with a lot of the Force voodoo going on here. That wasn't really explained, at least to me. I didn't feel like that was explained, so I was kind of lost half the time. But then on top of that too, like, the show was supposed to be framing the Jedi as like doing something wrong, and I would almost argue that the worst thing they did was the fact that they, at the end of the episode, they pretty much say they're going to cover it up, but Soul didn't want to cover it up. And he wanted to go confess himself. And Trinity was like, no. We tell them that May started a fire and everybody died. And, which, to a degree, you could still say that some of this was May's fault. And I would still absolutely say that this was pretty much the witch's fault. It was that one witch, Coral, the Zabrak chick, that pretty much incited all this and caused all this. And May was right along their side of it. So, like, at the end of the day, it was more or less their fault. The Jedi made mistakes too, but they were acknowledging of that, and it was almost out of self-defense. So I'm a little confused by the writing on this one, because I would almost say that this, if anything, clears the Jedi's name more than it incriminates it, and the only wrong thing was them covering it up. But like I started to say, they cover it up. Trinity says to cover it up. I know that's not her name, Indara. Trinity from the Matrix. Indara says to cover it up because They don't want to, Osha already lost her whole family and everything. The only thing she's got left is her dream to become a Jedi. Now she's gonna find out that the Jedi like helped play a part in that. So she's like, no, for her sake, let's cover it up. And I would say that was really the only straight up wrong thing that they probably did. Otherwise, like I said, self-defense. Like, I'm not going to say that that was right, but I'm not going to say that that was malintent either. So, not only did we kind of give away the Sith plot twist, but we gave up the Jedi were bad plot twist. So, again, this one kind of left me a little lost. I give it a 6 out of 10 because it wasn't like straight up awful, but yeah, it wasn't that good. So we'll see how it wraps up in the finale. But thank you guys for joining in. Darth Momo out. May the Force be with you. Always.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. If you liked the video, comment down below and hit that like button. Oh, and check out some of my other videos. I'm sure you'll find them delight.